ABC 15 Health Insider. This is new in-depth coverage taking you beyond the headlines, and this is to offer a better understanding of the latest medical news. It is expertise from people who know it, Nick, who see it every day in their work, and who study it so that you at home can make the best informed decision for you and your family.
Now, in order to achieve this, Valley doctors and nurses are joining our team to be on call to inform you and, of course, answer your questions. No politics or spin here, we promise. Just health information from these public health experts that you can trust.
And hopefully that alone will help us all breathe a little sigh of relief here. We have dedicated this hour to help everyone understand the COVID vaccine. And right now, we are speaking with a family medical specialist, Dr. Janice Johnson, who, by the way, co-founded and is medical director of Redirect Health. You do have expertise here in COVID, and this is first-hand expertise with you and your family. Thank you for being with us this morning. We certainly appreciate that. And we want to get right into these questions that have come in our way from the community. This first one is from Phoenix. It's from Jennifer Frick. And this one says, I got my first dose at Chandler Dignity. I've not received the email to schedule my second dose, and this is making me very anxious. When will I get my email to schedule that second dose?
Well, thanks for that question, Jennifer. I know that not knowing when you're going to get your second dose does definitely cause some anxiety. The best place to look would be on maricopa.gov under the COVID-19 vaccine section. And there you will see some updates regarding when to expect your email notification. Checking on there this morning, it says that anyone before January 20th, it looks like they've sent out about 45,000 emails getting people scheduled for their second shot. And as more appointments become available, they will be emailing as those become available.
Okay, thank you for that. This next one is from Sheila Breen, who is also from Phoenix. She says, I'm over the age of 65, but under 75, and it seems impossible to get a vaccine appointment. When is this situation likely to change?
Yes, I know everybody's super anxious, and it's awesome to see that so many people want to be vaccinated. So that's great. Currently, our state is in a phased system, and we are in phase 1B. And what that means is that we're prioritizing who we're rolling out the shots to. So in phase 1B, they're targeting people who are over 75. Also law enforcement, childcare, education, those kind of people who are being targeted. And then also people who were in phase 1A. So that primarily was healthcare workers. As more doses become available to us and throughout the country, we will start rolling into phase 1C. And that would be, targeting those over 65 and those with other health conditions. So it's not known exactly when that will happen, but we're hopeful soon. Definitely the state wants to make sure that they prioritize those in phase 1A and 1B, and once they feel that they've gone through that, those folks, then they'll move on to the next phase.
Okay, this next one, and we've had a lot of questions about this one. Gloria Goodrich is asking, does Medicare get charged for the injection? My Medicare card number was asked for when I signed in for my injection date. And is the second injection the same one as the first one, or is it different?
Yeah, that's a great question. So yes, Medicare will be billed for the administration portion of the vaccine. So there is no out-of-pocket cost for Medicare participants, so that's great. And also the first dose is exactly the same as the second dose, whether it's the Pfizer or the Moderna. So the components of the vaccine are exactly the same. Some people will experience a little bit more side effects with the second dose, even though it is exactly the same as the first.
Okay, thank you for clarifying that. Our next one comes from Mesa, I should say. Sharon Sowersby is asking this. I'm trying to sign up for that second shot. I went online, but the site did not say whether they were giving out both first and second or just the first. So how do I know where to go for a second shot?
So once you get your first shot, each site will differ a little bit. So some sites are booking your second shot when you roll up for your first one. And when I got my first vaccination, that's how I got it. That was through Banner. Some sites are emailing you a link when they are ready to schedule for your second injection. And so you should expect where you go for your first is where you will go for your second. They just vary a little bit differently on how they process that. But you should be expecting to go to the same location.
Okay, this next question is about timing. It comes from Chandler, and it is from Jan Skibo. It says, I was able to get my first vaccine earlier this month. I've not been able to schedule my second shot. I was told that if the second shot is administered within 8 months of the first, that I would still be protected. Is this correct, or is there another period of time in which people are protected after that first shot?
So ideally, the space between your first and second shot should be either 3 or 4 weeks, depending on the type of vaccine that you received. Because there's just such a huge push, it might not be exactly at that time, but ideally that is the time frame where you want to have between your first and your second. The CDC has recently updated that to say there's a window of about 6 weeks between the first and the second, but there could potentially be delays between the first and the second, even beyond that, due to supply and a whole host of other reasons. We do know that if there is a delay between the first and the second, that there is no need to restart and go back and get revaccinated again. So we definitely do know that.
Okay. Dr. Janet Johnson, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your time this morning, and thank you for being so thorough. We are continuing to answer more of your COVID vaccine questions in just moments. Our Cameron Pullum joins us live again, and you will want to make sure to hear what he has to say about getting that coveted vaccine appointment as he answers more of your ABC 15 Health Insider Town Hall questions right after this short break.